It is said, Beseder Olam, in a midrash that's called Seder Olam. What does it say over there? Shemachloket Korach ve'edato, that the argument of Korach and his group against Moshe, Va'aron Ira. Okay, you with me, Felix? See the first word in the line, Ira, occurred la'achar, after Parshat HaMeraglim, immediately after the story of the spies. What's written in the Torah, the order of things that are written in the Torah, is not exactly that order. Is not exactly the order that they happen. Sometimes it says, Ein kodam muchar b'Torah.
So the Rebbe saying that the story of Korach happened right after this fire?
In fact, it did. In the Torah, the story of the Meraglim happens in Parshat Shlach. Immediately after Parshat Shlach is what? Korach. Korach is the story of how Korach made a rebellion against Moshe. So it doesn't necessarily mean, if the things happen in the order that they appear in the Torah, historically doesn't necessarily mean that it happened in that order. But in this case it did. In this case, Korach waited until after the story of the spies. Look inside, please. The story of the spies. And he then made his war against Moshe. Over here. Good? That's what it says in this midrash called Seder Olam. And what's the proof? What's the proof? That in fact, that time-wise, chronologically, Korach made his war against Moshe immediately after the spies. Muva'o, that is brought, Mitanat Datan v'Aviram, from what Datan and Aviram said. Datan and Aviram are always making trouble. Av lo el eretz zavat chalav v'viotanu. Also to the land that's flowing milk and honey, you didn't bring us. Shemoshe Rabbeinu hotziam, Moshe Rabbeinu took them out, Mimitzrayim, from Egypt, Lam mitam, to kill them, Bamidbar, in the desert. Tanazo, this claim, Mochicha, proves, Shezeh Hayah, that this was Achar, after Gezeret Bamidbar Azayamut Yatamu, after the decree of all of you Jews are going to die in the desert. Right? What happened last week? The Jews didn't want to come into the land of Israel, and Moses said, okay, that's what it's going to be. You're not going to go to the land of Israel. You're going to die in the desert. Afterwards stood up Korach, and Korach said, oh, you're not going to take us in the land of Israel? If so, let's make a war against Moshe. How do we know that one depends on the other one? Because it says, Datan and Aviram, who were two of the big followers of Korach, and they were troublemakers through the whole Torah, Datan and Aviram, says they said, Moshe, you're not taking us into the land of Israel. That's what it says. How did they know he's not taking us into the land of Israel? It must have happened that it happened right after the thing of the spies. All right, what's this got to do with us? What is this relevant to us? Tzorich lahavin, we have to understand. Madua himtin Korach. Why did Korach wait b'machlutkoto, in his war, ad az, until then? Tzivu HaKodesh Baruch Hu, the commandment. Okay, now one second. Why did Korach get angry? You know why? Why did he get angry? Remember, we started to learn a little bit about this yesterday. Right, he said, why should Aaron be the head priest? Why should Elitzaphan ben Uziel be the head of the tribe of Kahat? Why should Moshe be called leader? Right? All these things that Moshe became the leader, that was a long time ago. Right? When did Korach make his war? About 2 years after the Jews got out of Egypt. About 2 years, something like that. After the Jews got out of Egypt was the commandment to go into the land of Israel. Right? A little bit less than 2 years. Immediately after that, Korach made a war against Moshe. He got angry. Why did he get angry then? Aaron was chosen to be a Kohen way in the beginning. Moshe was the leader as soon as they left Egypt. Right? Elitzaphan, Ben Uziel, whatever, he was the head of the tribe of Kahat. He was also chosen a long time ago. Why did he wait till now to make the war against Korah, against Moshe? Why did he wait? We'll see. Tzorech lahavin, we have to understand. And well, also the main thing is we'll see what has this got to do with us. Very important. Madua himtiin Korach. Why did Korach wait b'machlukoto in his argument ad az until then? Tzivoy Kodesh Baruch Hu, the commandment of God, to take the Kohen, the priesthood from the firstborn, and give it to Aaron and his sons, was at the time of Matan Torah, or when the Mishkan was. God, in other words, God chose the Kohanim long before that. Korach should have gotten angry then. Vatchala b'poel, and when did the Kohen Gadol start of Aaron? She orara et machloket, that this aroused the argument of Korach. Hechlahel l'kol hadeot, it began b'shmini l'meluim, on the eighth day of the Miluim, the eighth day of the inauguration, the day that Nadav and Avihu went running into the temple. Harichim, the Tarichim anal, Haim al Kachsev. So, Vav Sivan was the day they got the Torah, which was 1 year before Korach made his war. Chav Gimel Adar, that was the day that the Mishkan was stood up. Rosh Chodesh Nisan, that's the day that it started to work. All of these things happened about 1 year before Korach started his war against Moshe. The Parshat Zamaraglim was a long time afterwards. Histayim Rak b'Tisha B'Av. It finished only on the 9th day of Av. That's why we fast at Tisha B'Av nowadays. One of the reasons, because that's the day when the spies came back. If so, Madua Himtin Korach. Why did Korach wait? Lachlok al Moshe, disagree with Moshe, Rak la'achar Parshat Zamaraglim. Only after the Meraglim, which was 1 full year after the reason why he was arguing with Moshe. He was arguing with Moshe and Aaron because they took the leadership. When did they take the leadership? 1 year before he argued with them. He got mad. And he was just simmering for 1 full year, and all of a sudden it popped up. When did it pop up, this argument? After the... When? Felix?
2 years ago.
But when? When did he wait? He waited for what? Korach? He waited for the spies to come back. Why did he wait for the spies to come? What's it got to do with it? We'll see. Gam, also, Im Nemar, if you want to say, She'ikar Machloket Korach, the main argument with Korach was because of Elitzaphan ben Uziel, that he was the Nasi, the head of the tribe of Kahat. Remember, that's what we learned yesterday in Rashi.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe you want to say that's the reason. Well, also, that was a long time before. Gamzem minoy hayazman rav beforehand. Be'ed in the time, shelaviim nimda'u, the time when the Levites, they were appointed. Minyan b'nei Yisrael haya b'tchilas chodesh Iyar, which was in the beginning of the month of Iyar. And Korach, he waited for his machloket after Tisha B'Av. Tisha B'Av is several months afterwards. If so, we have to say that the argument of Korach somehow or other had something to do with the spies. Korach could not have made his argument until the spies came back. Why? What was Korach's argument? Korach wanted to be the leader. Korach said, I don't want you to be the leader, Moshe. Gam lo you Aaron, not Elitzaphan. Korach wanted to be a leader. Right? That was his whole thing. He wanted to be a leader. No, he wanted to be a leader, and he had good reason. He had good claims. Why did he wait so long? Why did he wait till the spies came back? What's one got to do with the other? Let's see. Bait. Taina tamaragli. The claim of the spies. We're on bait now, yes? The reason for the spies come more, like we said before, Hayata was shetzarichim lihitbadel min olam. We talked about this before. The spies wanted to be separate from the world. Lochein, therefore, Ratzu, they wanted, Shebnei Yisrael Yisharu b'midbar. They wanted to be spiritual, therefore they wanted to stay in the desert. Kadei sha'olam, in order that the world, Lo yafriya lahem, will not disturb them, but devekusam b'kodesh baruch hu. They won't disturb them in their clinging to God. Al yedei limud Torah. In other words, they wanted to learn Torah, and they didn't want the world to disturb them. And in Israel, there would be a lot of disturbances. So the spies said, let's stay in the desert. That was last week's Parshat, right? But Moshe Rabbeinu said, no. HaMaisel Yikar. The main thing is not learning Torah. The main thing is to go into the land of Israel and do. The main thing is by means of doing the physical commandments. The spies, you know what the spies were?
They were people like Moses had to take over Israel, but before he took over Israel, he had to send the spies to see how the land was like.
Very good.
Follow the culture and whatever.
Very excellent. So the spies came back and they said, we're not going to go in the land of Israel. Why? Because they said, we want to learn Torah. And the land of Israel is too much disturbance for learning Torah. And Moshe came and said to them, my friends, you're making a big mistake. Okay, Herschel, your friends, you're making a big mistake. Learning Torah is very important. But the main thing is the commandments. That's the most important. Let's take a 1-minute break.